Hello and welcome to my self talks. Today's topic is celebration. Celebration is one of the most important moments that we have in our life. It's the most important approach to life. And why is it so important? It's also one of the most neglected moments and parts of our life because people don't know why is it so important to celebrate properly. So I will tell you today. Celebration is one of the most important parts of saying goodbye. We can say goodbye to basically anything that is our past. And by our past, I mean events and people. Everything that happened to us in the past and everything we went through. And to end it properly, we need to end it with celebration because that's how we end it, with honor and dignity. And that's also how our past becomes our secret weapon and something that gives us courage to proceed further, something that gives us strength and power, inner power to achieve more, to go further, to fulfill our desires. So, in order to have these feelings from our past and not shame or fear or suppression, because sometimes we suppress our past because we do not know how to emotionally cope with it, then we need to celebrate. We need to properly celebrate in order to have this encouraging energy in our lives. Encouraging energy supports our heart and our emotions, and that's what celebration does. Celebration activates our heart, activates the energy that is in our chest, and it actually transforms the energy, that earth energy that we have from our actions. It transforms it in emotions, and then it actually doubles it. It makes it more of it. So then we can use it as a foundation for what we want to do. How to properly celebrate, and also how to encourage people to celebrate. Celebration is a ritual, and it's actually part of a transitional ritual because we always celebrate, let's say, death and rebirth. And now I, of course, mean it allegorically. And but of course you can take it even physically, because even funerals are celebrations. Every time you end something, it is like death of that thing, and then something else is about to reborn. So you can see it as this death and rebirth principle. And celebration is everywhere where we want new life, because it is a joyous thing that something new is being born on this planet. in our lives and in our families, in our professions. It is a joyous moment when something new is being born, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we do understand immediately the newborn, because maybe sometimes it's too small, but we do love it and we do celebrate it. So why is it also important to encourage our children to celebrate? To celebrate everything, because for children, every single small step that you consider to be something normal to achieve, for them it's a huge thing. To get a good mark at school, to make a new friend, to get to school, to graduate. You can add anything you can imagine, and the smaller child is, the smaller achievements they will like to celebrate, and you should encourage them in doing so. And really, don't hesitate to be big in celebrations, because that's how you invest into yourself. If you are big in your celebration, then you also make bigger the energy that prepares your future, and also the bigger in the celebration you dare to be, the bigger you dare to be in your successful life. If you consider everything only to be okay or normal and you do not celebrate anything, then you will learn this approach and you will teach this approach to your children. And what will happen? By time, when they are children, nothing much will happen probably, or nothing that will be visible to you. But by time, when they will have bigger successes, they will never celebrate it by themselves. And even if you will, they will not acknowledge it as a huge success. They will see it as something normal, as fulfilling their destiny is something totally okay and not very honorable or big thing, big issue. So they will not be the authority for them, and they will also not have that much energy to achieve further things, even though their successes were huge. So instead of having more and more energy, they will have less and less of it, because they will feel that nothing is enough, and they will not know how to take credit for what they are, who they are, and what they do in this world. So if you want your children to teach them how to be self-respectful, and also how to be proud of their successes, so that they could also honor others, so that they could celebrate the success of everybody around. If you want your children to be supporters of themselves and of their environment, then teach them how to celebrate everything in them, everything in their life, and they will also celebrate this in other people's lives, in your life, in their friends' lives, in their future colleagues' lives. And that's how we make a better life for everybody. Because if everybody was celebrating each other's success, then there wouldn't be a competition that is not constructive. Because sometimes in this world we still have this sort of a competition that it is probably in every department you can think of, but that is not supportive, that is more like a race, but you don't want the life to be a race. You don't want to have one winner and the rest of them to be losers. You want everybody to be winners in what they came here to be. And that's why we need to celebrate. Why we need to celebrate. Because that's how you teach how to value your own success. And if you know how to value your own success, you know how to value everything around you, and you will see the value in everything. It's pure value. And that's how we also get respect to sensitivity, to nature, to life as such. Because if we do not celebrate, sometimes we just get into this circle of getting more and more and being more and more, and nothing is enough. And if you celebrate, you will honor every single moment where you live. You will honor every single person and even every single experience. And you will have the strength to say thank you to everything that is happening to you, because it is actually happening for you. You will have the strength to have this overview and to see things from higher perspective. If you celebrate life, you will have the energy to successfully proceed through it. And also your children will have this energy and everybody around you. So that's why we need to celebrate. Because if we celebrate, we open our hearts for gratefulness. And gratefulness is the final piece to get what we want. To be grateful for the present moment is a gift that we all have, and we do not use it every day because we were not taught to celebrate. So let's celebrate and let's be grateful, because that's how you open yourself for the new, for what you want. And it is of course very difficult for start. It is difficult when you have some wound or when life hits you very hard, and it's of course natural to not to be grateful for first, but then when time passes, it is your secret weapon that you have to be grateful for what happened, for what made you stronger, and for what made you who you are, because these are all experiences and wounds heal if you work on it. So if you have a wound, dare to heal, because yes, it is scary to go to it, but dare to do it, because you will have the life you want, you will have the energy, and you will have the energy to celebrate every single moment in your life. So that's it for today. I hope we will see you soon and that you will have an amazing celebration in your lives. And if you have some tips for celebrating that you really like, write it in the comments, because I myself am still learning how to celebrate everything. And we will see you soon. Bye.